Welcome at Varsity Field number 1. We're about to watch a last man stands cricket match between CPI Crusaders and CPI Hot Shots. As you can imagine, the sponsors of both teams is CPI, with the exception that CPI Hot Shots also gets sponsored by Good Burger. And we just want to thank everybody listening to this today, especially considering that the Free State Cheetahs are playing the Blue Bulls right at this moment, or about to start at 3 o'clock. Now this match was delayed by an hour, which means it's going to start exactly the same time as when the Cheetahs will be playing, which can only mean one of two things, or both: that you consider local cricket more important than local rugby, and that you already know that what's going to be the result of the Cheetahs against the Blue Bulls, thinking that the Cheetahs will obviously be the winning team. And yeah, thank you for watching this, and I promise you this is going to be a pretty good match, even though the athletes might feel a little bit tired, having played a full day yesterday as well as today. Both these teams have played a match before this one, so both are equally exhausted. And we can see that Ian will be the umpire for this match today, and CPI Hot Shots will be opening the match. They will be batting, with CPI Crusaders doing the fielding. We look at the weather. The wind has been plaguing us the entire day so far, and it doesn't seem like it's going to quiet down anytime soon, but it is a little bit better now. There will be some, if we look at the temperatures, it's now the hottest part of the day. The weather was predicted at -2 and 23, while -2 was this morning before the sun came up. And we've checked the weather now. It is 23 degrees Celsius now, and that one is right against the bat, the helmet. Seems like Janko Dreyer is fine. Wayne Pienaar bowling, he said apologized. Brilliant sportsmanship shown by Wayne Pienaar. Opening pair is Janko Dreyer and Arno Bauer. Both men had a pretty long day so far, and remembering that last night CPI closely lost against the Bloem Warriors, and they had a pretty tough match just before this one against Toxic Bloem. So it's not just a matter of 2 hours standing on the field, it is also some tense or stress being subdued to them. That's going to affect the way they will be playing now. So there must be some exhaustion left in them. So hopefully they will be able to be playing at their best. But these guys are doing this every Sunday, playing 2 to 3 matches each, and then they also will be back tomorrow, coming for the last bit of the Free State Champs. All the finals will be played tomorrow, not Monday anymore. First duration of the Free State Champs was projected on 16 teams entering it, but in the end only 9 teams were qualified to play. But next year things will be a lot different, since next year we will be seeing teams joining us from other parts of the Free State. towns like Kroonstad, Vryburg, um, Bethlehem. Yes, there are many teams, even Vicksburg. There are many teams playing over there. They are not in the LMS league currently, but that is something that might be changing very soon. So we are actually being excited to welcome them and allow them to play with these guys next year. But until then, many of these guys are playing free state cricket, not just the LMS cricket. So they are talented youngsters with a lot of the skill and experience. Some of the older guys have played more than 300 matches for LMS cricket. People like Arthur Creer, he won't be, you won't see him on this in this match today because he's playing for another team. And then CPI Hotshot captain JP Hunt, he isn't here either. He played in the match this morning, 9 o'clock match, but um, he's leaving it up to his team to take it further. So he's going to watch the rugby now. I'm not exactly sure who he's trusting with leadership responsibility. That's a better shot, but it's not going to reach the boundary. Picked up in the outfield and returned to the bowler. You might be hearing some wind behind us. It's not the wind that you'll be hearing, but it is our gazebo's lining, and maybe the frame creaking every now and then. And we've set it up precisely so that the wind is being blocked and doesn't allow uh, the cell phone to vibrate and destroy the quality of your stream. Like you said, we might have some sounds of wind in the back, but at least we sorted out the vibrating image, which makes it difficult for the phone to automatically focus on what's happening in front of it. You see there is a slight thing coming through, but nevertheless it's a lot better than what we had this morning. And those of you tuning in now for the first time today, we are on Varsity Field number 1. And if you are familiar with the Free State campus here in Bloemfontein, the field is right next to the library. There are 5 cricket fields here on the Varsity Sports Grounds. This is Varsity Field number 1. Next to us, to the right, is Varsity Field number 2. Then you get the oval, which is basically the main field, the primary field where the important games are being played. And that was close. Uh, just behind the Varsity Oval, you get the Varsity Field number 3 and then number 4 next to that one, on the furthest from the library. You can see that Younger Dry isn't afraid of the ball as a batsman. First ball that came in, he saw my head it, didn't take his head or his eye off the ball. He just, like in soccer, headed the ball. And a few minutes ago, he threw his shoulder into it. And it doesn't look like the guy is painless. And that's last four coming through. That boundary being shot, played by Arne. The ball is still rolling in the library parking lot. You can see it from here, bright orange ball. Okay, so we are 3 overs into the game, and the projected score is 127, which will be a decent score or a decent target for either of these teams to chase in the second innings. That's compared to all the matches that we've seen them playing in this tournament so far, between yesterday and today. And these guys, they are playing for the plate final. The 2023 Free State Championship plate. Oh, and that right stump gone. Beautifully bowled by Donovan. And he thanks his team. Funny guy. But it's Arno Bauer who remains on the pitch. Let's see who will be joining him now. CPI Hotshot standing on 21 runs for the loss of 1 wicket, the one that was just took right now. And it's Franco Pretorius coming into to bat together with Arno Bauer. Next ball being bowled by will be bowled by Donovan Young. Let's see if he can build up to a hat-trick maybe. Obviously something that the Hotshots won't appreciate at this moment. But that is something you don't see regularly, a hat-trick in LMS cricket. Not unless you are playing against a considerably weaker team than yourself. But these guys are basically more or less pretty much the same, divided into the same pools with the same abilities. And CPI Hotshots just had a few bad days. Hopefully their luck has turned around for this match. But that will only be able to see in the second innings. Projected score is still 126. So they stabilized that run rate of theirs. Bowler now coming from the Varsity end. After the 10th over, they will be changing and will be bowling from the Tempe end, and which about 30 to 4 overs after that, we should see some more exciting LMS cricket than what we are seeing now, because then the people will be chasing a big score, and depending on how many wickets they've got on hand, they might be swinging at everything, and we'll see a lot more boundaries coming through than we are seeing now. Coming into bowl is Willie Brink. Brink catching his own ball. That was a full toss. Seems like the hotshots are pretty content now, scoring singles and doubles like they've been doing in the match before this one. Another shot going towards the boundary, but straight to the fielder. But they are stealing another wicket with. Here you go. They'll be running their runs. Probably the correct way to do it. Maybe not the most efficient way to score high scores, but you are running runs, and yeah, that is why it's called a run. That's a dry shot. That will probably be a 4. Yes, that is another shot, a ball that is going to be running into the library parking lot. Beautiful 4 by Arne Bauer. He really has done his job these last 2 days, playing his part in um, getting some points on the board for the CPI hot shots. And we can hear some music coming through from the CPI Crusader camp. They are playing. If you are hearing music in the background, that is what you are hearing. And then another attempt at the boundary by Arne, straight to the fielder, but nevertheless, we don't hear much of the spectators. They are. We had rumors that they had a party last night and they were um, enjoying themselves until the early hours of this morning. So there might be some of them taking an afternoon nap now. Getting ready for tonight's party, maybe. Considering many of these guys are youngsters, some of them are students, rest of them are working, but they are having a jolly here, doing what they love. Bowling now, Donovan Young. And it's Arne Bauer who's been scoring a few boundaries. But the guys does look tired. That's unfortunate. Hopefully there will come some motivation soon and liven up the match a bit. And that can happen very quickly as soon as you either lose 2 wickets or able to get a few more bounties in. Then there's some hope creeping up in your back of your mind, and that changes the attitude of you playing as well as your batting partner, and which will have a roll-on effect to the rest of the guys coming in after you. Another shot racing to the boundary, but the Crusaders will be stopping that. That was an over for Donovan Young. Coming up now is Willie Brink. He was fielding here just in front of us in the match just before this one. Obviously, we didn't live stream that one, but we've been saving this spot the entire day. And that is a beautiful four once again, and that is also Arno Bowen racking up the boundaries whenever he can. See that projected score has climbed up a little to 135. What will Willie bring? That was bowled a little bit short. Didn't surprise batsman by any stretch of the imagination. But it does seem that the wind has quieted down a little, which we are thankful for. And another ball racing straight to the boundary. The fielder just stopped it. Just a defensive shot going straight to the fielder once again. Ball now being played to two of the fielders every time. And that was over for Brink. Coming in now will be probably Donovan Young once again. Yes. So nice to see that on the side that the Toxic team is still standing here watching this match. Also supporting the opponents. They've played 2 matches this morning, one against the Hot Shots and one against the Crusaders. If I'm not mistaken, they've won both. And that's a nice shot going straight to the fielder, but the fielder won't be able to stop it. And that ball is going to be strolling around in the library parking lot once again. Seems like one of the students passing through the parking lot. He's getting the ball for one of the fielders. So nice for the community to play along. I haven't got a binoculars, but it looks like a guy and his girlfriend taking a walk on a Saturday afternoon. Two people who doesn't seem interested in the rugby, rather want to come and watch the cricket. And that is what is nice of this from this last man stands cricket. All the spectators can come and watch for free. They don't have to pay to come in. The university's strict rules were um, lightened a little after the pandemic. Then they had strict rules of getting a code to come in and what. But those doesn't apply anymore. You can see that projected score creeping up a little. Now 141. That will be a pretty decent target score. And hopefully the Archers will be able to defend it in the second innings. But we aren't playing any favorites here. It's just the CPI Archers had a lot of bad luck up to now, and can only hope for to change a little bit for them. Eight overs done, and which means there's 2 overs left before they're going to change sides. And the bowlers will be coming from the Tempe end, now bowling from the Varsity end. And all batsmen probably have some kind of a favorite side of batting, because these guys are playing here every Sunday. So they will form some form of preference where they feel most comfortable batting for or to. One bowling now is Peter Beekman. Oh, and that we've seen a few times where the ball had hit some of the players before, and they already got eye sandy for that type of injury. Hopefully, we won't see that again today or tomorrow. And that ball was bowled for a four. The wicketkeeper had missed it. And Beekman is bowling so fast that ball just strolled over the ground to a four. If I project the screen to the bottom so that you can see what the grass looks like. More, there you go. That is what the grass looks like here on the outfield. Obviously, it is much more denser as when you get closer to the pitch. And the ground is pretty hard, so it causes the ball to have little friction when it rolls to the boundary, and it's like playing it on asphalt. something which is pretty hard to come by these days, since they are actually starting to fill up the potholes here in the Free State. Wow, that's a beautiful throw. Brilliant fielding there. So just that is just a sign that they shouldn't test that man's arm or his aim with those singles and doubles. He might be able to get you out from anywhere. Only one over until they changed from sides. Slowly but surely, Arno Bauer has racked up a few runs. Now standing on 41 runs, meaning only 9 more runs, then he will be able to retire for 50. And that is one of the rules of last man stands cricket, that players have to retire when they score 50 runs, and then they come back as soon as the rest of the team is being bowled out, or when the rest of the team lost their wickets. Then they can come back, and there's not many instances where we saw that players have scored 100 runs after they retired for their 50. But it did happen a few times. It's not something that's happening regular, but this is going to be a 4. Striding over the boundary. Some of the youngsters picking it up next to the field. Community enjoying the match. Franco Pretoria is now standing on 18 runs from 9 balls. And also a pretty slow approach. And that is going to be a 4 for Franco Pretorius. He should be able to, or he should take over leading the management of the pitch as soon as Arno Bauer is going to retire, which means he'll be the senior or the leading person on the pitch. And yeah, then we'll see who's joining him on, and then yeah, they will decide how to take their match further. That's a 10th over round. They're switching sides. Peter Peerman bowling. The shade's starting to get long now as the sun is setting. So some of the players would like to stand in the shade of the trees behind them. Luckily, the wind isn't completely quiet, but it's a lot better than what the problems that we experienced earlier on. En ek dink dit dalk 'n bietjie tyd om weer oor te slaan na Afrikaans toe. Aangezien ons nou ons so gaan probeer instel dat elke 10 balbeurte op 'n sekere taal fokus. Meeste van ons kykers is heel waarskynlik Afrikaans. Ons maak net seker dat die mense wat nou nie Afrikaans verstaan nie ook dan 'n bietjie kan cricket kyk in 'n taal wat hulle verstaan. Ek kan ongelukkig nou net Afrikaans en Engels praat. Ek kan nou so 'n bietjie Duits op skool gehad, maar ek gaan glad nie kom eers naasby kan eers probeer om kommentaar te lewer in Duits. Daar is 'n vangskoot. Franco Pretoria is uit. Hy gaan nie 'n kans kry om ook op te tel na 'n 50 toe nie. Arno Bouwer is sterk op pad, so hy kort nog 6 lopies. Maar dis Pieter Beekman wat nou 'n paadjie optel hierso in die 10de balbeurt. En Dylan Francis wat opkom om te kolf. Ook 'n baie lekker beurt gehad gister. Baie goed gespeel. Ons sien hy teiken telling, hy is besig om so hier by die 150 rond te wees. Bekruip daar 150. Hooplik daar sal 'n bietjie ietsie anders wees as net die enkels en dubbels lopies wat nou heeltyd aangeteken word. Net om 'n bietjie opwinding in die spel in te kry. Maar daar het sopas 'n paadjie geval. En dit is iets waarop die Crusaders gaan werk. Die paadjies te aanhou bly val en natuurlik die verhoed dat daar groot puntetellings opgestel word vandag. Soos tweevuldig. Manne wat mekaar 'n bietjie gas gee vandag. Wayne Smith wat nou kom bal. Kom maar net hoop julle het nie daar die gehoor wat die man net voor ons sy spanmaat gesê het nie. Dit is nie lelik bedoel nie, hulle praat maar so met mekaar op 'n grappige manier. Mense het mekaar hier so baie happy langs op die veld. Kan dalk heel waarskynlik wees omdat die manne begin moeg raak. Hulle nog môre ook nog om te speel. gelukkig sal hulle vanaand 'n bietjie kan gaan rus. Maar ons vinnig net baie mooi veldwerk gedoen hierso aan ons regterkant. Uh, Donovan Young wat so mooi veldwerk gedoen het hier aan die kant. Ek hoop julle daai gehoor nie. Sal jy aanbeveel dat enigiemand so met hulle spanmaats praat nie. Nie tensy jy seker is die spanmaat gaan dit opvat as 'n grap soos wat jy dit bedoel het nie. Want as jy bedoel om so lelik met 'n spanmaat te praat, dan gaan dit dit breek die sport af. Dan is dit presies die teenoorgestelde wat jy probeer doen. Deur 'n lekker omgewing te skep vir jou spanmaats om te doen wat jy doen en dit ook te geniet. Dan dring mense aan op 'n ander mense se persoonlikheid en vryheid om te geniet wat hulle doen. Maar dit hang nou natuurlik af van hoe sterk jou persoonlikheid is. Een ou gaan dit as 'n grap opneem, die volgende ou nie. En is Pieter Beekman wat nou so wil en toe bal hy vir homself 'n 4. Of nie vir homself nie, vir die teenoorgestelde span. Hy gaan net homself kan blameer. Dit is nou die man wat so lelik praat met sy spanmaats. Maar hy sal beter weet die verhouding wat hy het met sy spanmaats, hoe hy met hulle kan praat. Ek dink net dit wys iets baie goed vir hulle sponsors nie. Hulle gaan nie baie gelukkig met dit wees nie. Maar dit is maar iets wat hulle met hulle eie mense sal moet uitsorteer. Net vir al die ander potensiële borge ook daarso, nie al die spanne praat so met mekaar nie. En hier is maklik iets oor die 21 spanne in Bloemfontein. Nie almal het borge nie, so daar is nog baie spasie vir mense wat hulle naam of hulle Engelse woord brand wil koppel aan 'n cricketspan en dan blootstelling gee, want daar is ontsettend baie mense wat nie noodwendig net na hierdie livestreams kyk nie, maar ook na die puntetellings kyk, want daar is baie media wat uitgesit word vir hierdie. Adverteer wie is die spelers wat speel, wie wedstryde wat opkomend is, uitslae na die tyd, video's wat gemaak word van die goed. So dan kan jou borgskap kan daaraan gekoppel word en dit sien aan baie mense. Wayne Smith. Dit lyk so 'n bietjie of Dylan Francis daarso hou geprojekteer het wat hy wil speel. Hy het in 'n posisie in beweeg voordat hy gesien het waar die bal gaan hop en so hy het beplan om 'n sekere skoot te speel. Ek dink hy gaan dit probeer. Projekteer dit is wat hy wil doen. Hy het gesien daar's niemand wat aan daai kant van die veld staan nie, so hy gaan net probeer daai hou speel. Hy gaan heel waarskynlik nog 'n paar keer probeer. Natuurlik dat hulle baie gemaklik voel om sulke tipe skote te speel. Nou die bal is in die lug en op. Is dit 'n 6 of is dit 4? Dit is 'n 6 wat geslaan is. En die venter wat 'n 6 en agter hom slaan. Ons het nog nie baie 6e vandag gesien nie, maar ons vroeër in die eerste wedstryd het ons 1 of 2 spelers gesien wat baie 6e geslaan het. Daarna het dit bietjie stiller geraak. Hotshots wat nou staan op 111 lopies vir die verlies van 2 paaltjies in die 13de of besig met die 14de balbeurt. Vooruitgeskatte telling is 166. Hulle sal nie glad nie omgee om dit te haal nie. Gaan dit wel bietjie moeilik maak vir die Crusaders. Lyk asof bietjie dinge bietjie vir 'n slag reg draai vir die hotshots. Maar is geen aanduiding dat hulle verseker gaan wen nie. Dit lyk net baie goed vir hulle op die oomblik. Hierdie keer klink dit nou soos die musiek wat kom van die hotshot se kant af. Bietjie musiek maak vir die alle spelers op die veld. En daar is 'n 4. Natuurlik geslaan deur Henry Venter. Hy het begin met 'n 6 en nou gaan hy aanhou met grenshoue, net soos hy gemaak het in die eerste wedstryd van die oggend 9 se wedstryd. Hou terug, tot hy sy oog op die bal het en dan laat waai hy met 'n paar grenshoue. Jy kan sien hoe vinnig het hy sy spanmaat Dylan ingehaal. 14 lopies van 5 balle. Dylan het 18 lopies van 11 balle. Natuurlik Henry wat dan nou uiteraard baie vinniger golf. En dit is nog 'n bal wat hard geslaan word aan die grens toe, maar hy gaan gekeer word betyds. Ja, hy is nie betyds gekeer nie. Dit is 'n 4. Henry Venter wat hulle nou begin inryg. Pieter Beerkman word weer hard geslaan, bal wat daar so tussen die karre weer deur gaan, is nog 'n 4 daar vir Henry Venter. En hoe lank gaan hy druk nou regtig daai geskatte telling, nou is dit 174. Daar is nie 'n veilige telling nie, maar ek sou geglo het enigiets tussen 150 en 160 sal ja moeilik genoeg wees vir die challengers en dalk 'n bietjie makliker vir die hotshots om te verdedig. Maar dit wat hulle teruggehou het, nog 'n 4 vir Henry Venter. Dit wat hulle teruggehou het vroeër die dag, laat loop hulle nou of laat los hulle en die grenshoue kom nou hard en gedurig deur. Duidelik die 15de bilbeerd was seker die teikenmerk gewees om te begin laat loop. Weer 'n keer, hierdie keer word hy gestuit. Bietjie beter keerwerk daar deur Dylan Francis wat nie dit 4 laat deurgaan nie. Nie Dylan Francis nie. Oop in die lug, daar is 'n vangskoot moontlik. Ja. Moontlike vangskoot daar vir Brou. Crusaders gaan dit berou nie hierdie paak geneem het nie en hierdie vennootskap tussen Henry Venter en Dylan Francis so gou in die bout geknyp het nie. Maar wat hardloop na die grens toe, maar hy gaan gekeer word. Sagte hande waar die bal grens speel en nog 'n 4 wat deurkom. Die keer vir Dylan. Kan sien daar is 'n bietjie frustrasie op die gesigte van die Crusaders. Maar dit is nou alles net hotshots wat nou hulle self geniet, uiteindelik 'n bietjie genot kry uit hierdie oomblik in hierdie wedstryd. Elke bal wat hulle toegebal word is 'n potensiële grenshou. En hulle is nou op 'n stadium in die 16de bilbeerd wat nog baie lopies of paaltjies op hande. Gaan daai nog 'n 4 wees, so 'n skep hou en dit is 'n 4. Dylan Henry wat nou probeer kyk of hulle 4 slaat in elke hoek en draai van die veld. Kan net so half voel dat een van hierdie twee manne nou binnekort uitgebal sal word. Hulle so wild swaai na elke bal. Dan gaan jy jou paadjies oopmaak. Vinnig paadlopies wat daar gehardloop word. Sal hulle veilig wees terug in die kampies? Ja. nou wat inkom om te kyk of hulle hierdie vlaag van grenshoue kan keer, is Willie Brink. Bietjie uitzoom net om te kyk of ons 'n bietjie skerpheid in die video kan kry. Daar is hy. Harde ou wat aan die grens toe geslaan word, gaan dit maak. Ja, daar is 'n 4 deur vir Henry Venter. Al twee kolwers nou op 30 lopies. Nou Henry Venter op 34. Verskil is, hy het sy 34 gemaak met 12 balle, terwyl Dylan Francis dit gemaak het met 15 balle. Iets om op trots te wees. Net die bokant van die kolf wat so 'n bietjie getip word. Hy bol hardloop reg deur vir 'n 4. As die bal raak, is dit 'n 4. En as Henry Venter wat daardie 50-tal vinnig nader, nou 38 lopies. Dan gaan hy moet verklaar. Iemand anders kans gee om hulle self te kon geniet. Daar is nie meer baie balle oor in hierdie beurt nie. Ai, Henry Venter wat nou op 44 lopies staan, kan net lag hoe die man mekaar probeer uithaal hierso. Alles in naam van goeie spangees. Henry Venter wat vinnig geklim het van 30 na 44 toe. Jy sien hy geskatte telling is lekker 187 lopies. Nog net 3 balbeurte oor in hierdie beurt. 15 balle. Nog oor die skouerskoot en dit gaan ook weer deurdraf vir 'n 4 vir Dylan. En nou so gemaklik om daai bal nou al net so oor die skouer te skep. Is Wayne Pinaar wat nou bal. En daai is teen die skouer vas. Dylan gaan daai in voel vanaand. Lekker lammie daar op sy regter skouer. JP Hand gaan baie trots wees op sy span hoe hulle gekolf het vandag. Weer een net geskep vir nog 'n 4. CPI shots nou op 167 lopies vir die verlies van 2 paaltjies. Daar is nog net so 'n bietjie meer as 2 balbeurte oor. Geskatte telling 192. Hy getal bly klim, soos wat die grenshoue hard en inhoudend deurkom. En dit is die tipe hotshots wat ons al voorheen gereeld geniet het om na te kyk. Weer 'n keer skep die bal net oor die skouer. Stuur hom vir 'n 4. Hotshots wat nou die gapings in die verdediging kry. Speel deur die gate van die Crusaders op die grens. Met 6 mense kan jy net soveel keer. Nog net 2 balbeurte in hierdie beurt. Twee. So. Willie Brink wat gaan kyk of hy 'n verskil kan maak in hierdie wedstryd. Terwyl ons kinders wat kom hallo sê. Philippa. Daai pakkie het byna nou geval. Bitter naby veldwag, pakkie wagter die bal gevang het. Nog 'n bal wat hard hier deurkom. 3 keer word die bal gekeer. Op die grens. Jammer vir daai, maar dis nou iets wat nou lyk my gedurig deurkom. Man wat daar verklaar het, sy 50 lopies, Henry Venter sal ook binnekort verklaar, wat nou op 46 lopies staan. Brandon Francis wat hom nou net tydelik vergesel na sy 50 tal toe. Ja, wel wat die hardloop vir die 50 en daar gaan Brandon Francis net aan met die grenshoue. Begin met 'n 4 en hulle hou die bal 4 slaan in daai rigting. As jy kyk nie onder al die 4 wat geslaan is in daai rigting. Nog net 6 balle van hierdie beurt oor. Hierdie laaste een en dan is dit die laaste balbeurt. Laaste balbeurt oor. Nog net 5 balle. En is Wayne Pinaar wat gaan bal. Vraag gaan nou wees in hierdie laaste 5 of hierdie laaste balbeurt gaan Henry Venter sy 50 haal. Hy het pragtig gekolf tot dusver. Hy verdien 'n 50. Maar soos ons laas gesien het met Benny Libbe van Toxic wat op 49 uit is. Maar is nou net nog 2 lopies by vir Henry Venter. Gaan hy sy 50 wil maak, hy sal definitief het wil doen met 'n grenshou. Vraag is dit 4 of 'n 6. Dit lyk my hy probeer vir 'n 6. Bal is in die lug op. Misgevang. Henry kan verskriklik gelukkig wees dat hy sy paaltjie kon vashou daar. Henry Venter wat op 49 staan. Gaan hy nog so gelukkie kry? Of gaan hy sy 50 haal? Ag, speel met sagte Brandon Francis wat speel en hy speel met sagte hande direk na veldwagter toe. So op die grens staan en dis nou Henry Venter wat nou voorgebal gaan word. Hy gaan nou sy kans kry om sy 50 tal te maak. Weereens gaan dit 'n grens sou wees, 4 of 'n 6. Nee, hy gaan sy laaste loopie hardloop en aanhou hardloop. Lyk asof die bal hom op die been gevang het, maar hy is reg. Baie geluk Henry Venter vir jou 50. Jy verdien hom. Nog net 1 bal oor. Nou sien vir wie hy gebal gaan word. Ivan Venter. as hy daar is oorgooi en dan ryg die hotshots net nog 'n ekstra loopie in om dan in hulle beurt op 194 te eindig. Pragtige kolwerk deur CPI hotshots. Bietjie stadig begin, maar mooi reggemaak en bygekom hierso so in die 12de of 13de balbeurt en 'n klompie grenshoue geslaan om dan nou hierdie pragtige telling 194 aan te teken. JP sal baie bly wees en baie trots wees op sy span. Hooplik speel die Cheetahs net so mooi daarso op Toyota Stadion. Dan gaan ons gou 'n breek vat. As ons terugkom, gaan dit die hotshots wees wat gaan fielding gaan doen en die Crusaders wat gaan kolf en daardie 194 jag gaan hulle haas uit die hoed uit druk om dit reg te kry. Ons gaan net moet wag en sien. Kyk hoe aanvaar hulle daardie toets om dit in te haal. Moenie te ver weg gaan nie. Dit sal seker so 5 minute wees, dan is ons terug vir die wedstryd om aan te gaan. As hy, soos julle kan sien, die manne is op pad terug, en ek is seker die beurt wat die CPI hotshots gehad het sopas, gaan vir hulle baie doen vir hulle selfvertroue vir môre as hulle môre speel. Pragtige kolwerk, pragtige klomp grenshoue ingewerk. 194 is glad nie te versmaai nie. Nou gaan ons 'n kans kry om te sien hoe hulle veldwerk dalk opgeknap het. En hoe gaan hulle die Crusaders onder druk sit en hoe gaan die Crusaders reageer op 194 teiken. Lyk asof die bulwerk gaan begin van die tempie kant af. Daar is die puntebord nou onder opgedateer. Is reg, dis Wayne Smith en Donovan Young wat gaan kolf. Openingskolwers vir die Crusaders. En 'n vinnige eerste bal daardeur Hanro Swigelaar. Miskien is daai 'n teken van hoe hulle die tweede helfte van hierdie wedstryd gaan aanval om hulle 194 telling te verdedig. En die vraag kom nou in. Gaan hulle so speel? Daai is word 'n nou bal geroep. Daar wat kophoogte van Wayne Smith verbykom. Hulle het gepraat oor bouncers voor die wedstryd wat nie toegelaat gaan word nie. Maar die wip van die golfplat is in elk geval ook baie bedrieglik. Partykeer wip hy meer as ander kere. En Wayne Smith is nie 'n lang man nie. Daai is beter. En ons sien dat die enigste punte wat aangeteken is die no ball wat geroep was, of die wide. Wayne Smith, die openskolwer wat nog steeds by dieselfde paltjie staan, na al die balle wat gebal is. Wayne Smith wat so 'n bietjie gefrustreerd raak met homself daar, so wat nie die bal raak slaan nie. Heeltemal verstaanbaar. Hulle het 'n groot taak wat op hulle wag en daar word van hulle verwag om grenshoue te slaan en ek kry dit net nie reg nie. Hoopelik is dit iets wat binnekort gaan regkom dat hulle net kan wys hoe die tipe veggees wat hulle in hulle het. Hulle gaan vir 2 lopies gaan en dit maklik maak. Elkeen veilig in sy kampie. 2 lippies gehardloop. Lyk eers wie Hotchos baie druk op hulle gesit het vir daardie aflewering nie. Andrews Wiegelaar wat 'n baie mooi wedstryd gespeel het vanoggend. Daai bal is in die lug op, gaan hy gevang word. En Andrews Wiegelaar vang hom nie raak nie. Lyk as wie Pakie wegter om sommer wil tackle uit frustrasie uit. Maar is right, hy sê vra hom om verskoning. Daai bal was hoog in die lug op gewees, hy moes gevang gewees het. Andrews Wiegelaar se balbeurt is op. Kyk nou wie is dit wat nou inkom om te kom bal, dit is Arne Bouwer. Uitstekend gekolf in die eerste helfte of in die eerste beurt. Hy het sy 50 gehaal. Hierdie wedstryd wat dit vir die Hotshots opmaak, al die slegte geluk wat hulle die laaste 2 dae gehad het. Maar ons gaan nou kyk hoe die Crusaders daarop reageer. Hoop jy dit gaan lê nie. Daai bal reg deur Donovan Young gegaan. Andrew swaai my, kry ook nie die bal raak geslaan nie. Ons moet nog 'n grens hou sien vanaf die Crusaders vandag. Tweede balbeurt amper al verby, verstreke en het nog net 3 lopies. Daai is 'n beter kans nou vir nog lopies. En dit lyk asof dit 'n 4 gaan wees. As hy 'n 4 vir Donovan. En hy is ook van die merkie af. Hooplik raak hulle nou 'n bietjie meer gerus en daar die senuwees wat 'n bietjie kalm te kry. Nou 'n bietjie meer grenshou kan ons aan, want hy is bietjie agter. En hierdie bal hardloop ook aan die grens toe. Dit gaan 'n 4 wees, moontlik. Nee, hy is gestop net voor die grens. En daai was Donovan Young se balbeurt gewees. Wayne Smith wat nou terugkom. Ag nee, Donovan Arne Bouwer wat nou terugkom vir sy volgende balbeurt. Andrews Wiegelaar nou om te bal. Bal is hoog in die lug op. Dit 'n vangskoot. Ja, dit gaan gekeer word. Pragtig gestop. Dit het nie 'n 4 geword nie. Hy het ver deur die lug getrek, maar daar was geen Veldwagter onder hom gewees nie. Hy het in niemands wêreld geval en gerol na die grens toe, maar hy was gekeer net seker so 10 meter voor die grens. Dit was wat dit moeilik gemaak vir die Crusaders om grenshoue aan te teken vandag. Hulle het 'n groot getal om te verdedig. Hulle het 'n bietjie daai gemak in hulle agterkop. Hanro. Van hier af lyk Weinsmith verskriklik kort. Maak dit dalk vir Hanro 'n bietjie moeilik om 'n bal nie te hoog laat kom en dat dit lyk soos 'n bouncer wat verbykom nie. Daai gaan ook weer 4 wees, 4 deur Weinsmith. Hy gaan nie terugstaan vir sy kortheid nie. Hy gaan die 4 aanteken. Iets wat hulle nou bitter nodig het. Maar baie meer van dit is net die af en toe se derde of vierde bal wat na hulle kant toe kom. Maar as ons terugdink hoe die Hotshots ook hulle puntetelling opgetel het, hulle het ook die eerste paar balbeurte ook net baie stadig gekolf, enkels en dubbels gehardloop vir 'n lang tyd, en toe ewe skielik hulle pas opgetel en hierdie briljante telling opgesit of aangeteken. Nog 'n harde hou na die grens toe. Dit gaan 'n 4 wees, hy word nie gekeer nie. En daai bal gaan daarso weer diep binne in die biblioteek se parkeerarea lê. You will see from the right hand side there's some shadows creeping up as this day is quickly coming to an end. The match started a bit later, about an hour later than it was supposed to, but that was due to the previous matches being running over the time or allocated time. Not exactly sure what caused it. And there's another ball coming towards us. It will be stopped. Blower. Oh, and that was against the shoulder. That's going to hurt. Seems like he's fine. Seems like he's fine. And that is exactly why they wear protective padding. The Swigelaar here in front of us who's doing the fielding. We'll probably see him bowling the next over. See if we can move in a little bit closer without losing too much image quality. There you go. Another big shot to the boundary, and Zwigelaar is running to it once again. Nice music coming from the hard shot camp. And that was over for Bauer. Looks like Andrew is not going to bowl now. Coming to know ball now is Panas. Yes, Panas is Franco Pretorius. His nickname is Panas. Not 100% sure how they got to that, but that is what they call him. And like we saw earlier this morning, he's got a limp. He's walking with a limp. Um, some limp he's been walking with since yesterday. Hopefully it's the last stages of recovering from a injury, and that he's not pushing through the pain of an injury, current injury that he's got now. And that's another big shot. That's up in there. Is it going to be caught? Just pulled it too far to the right. Sorry, went just too far. Otherwise, we could have caught that catch. But at least is one of the Crusaders out. Did a beautiful catch on the boundary. All from the bowling of Panas. You can see he's a left arm bowler, and that went for a 4. John Drainivout opening his account on the pitch with a 4. Oh, Franco approached this one. That one is up in there. He's not going to be caught. Just dropped to the floor behind Franco. He wasn't able to get to it. Maybe it's due to that injury of his. he's returning to the opposite end of the field. Coming into bowl now is Henry Venter. He also had a beautiful innings in the first innings. Just got a shot of a beautiful shot there of the Kiwis that ran here in front of us. You'll be seeing that in some footage later on. We will make a video for which promote the Free State Championships. Oh, and that's middle stop. John Dre Nieuwert getting the orders to walk. Beautiful bowling by Henry Venter. He's having a brilliant day today. Ivan Venter losing his wicket now in the 6th over of the second innings. Wayne Smith is still remains on the pitch, and he will be joined by David Cremore, who plays it beautifully. Just a safe shot, not going out for a duck. This is what we were filming earlier. Birds joining us on the pitch, coming to watch the cricket. Here you go. Back to the cricket. That's a beautiful shot. It's going to be a 4. No, that is going to be a 4. Wasn't caught on the boundary. Dove towards the ball, but if he caught it, that would have been a beautiful catch. Just wasn't able to get to it. And Cremore now is showing how it's supposed to be done. How do you chase a 192 score? Especially after the 7th over, you're not going to do it with singles and doubles. As another shot, is that going to be a 4? No, it will be stopped by the hot shots. And now Wayne Smith trying for the boundary. Looks like he was hit on the I said, oh, he's stumped. He was bowled. Franco taking his second wicket. Franco doing his bit for his team. Not only limiting the runs coming through, but also taking wickets. Crusaders now on 47 runs for the loss of 3 wickets in the now starting with the 8th over. Coming back to bowl, Henry Venter. Let's see what he can do. There's an appeal for LBW, but it doesn't seem that there's any interest from Ian's side, the umpire. And that is a man you need to convince. He's the umpire. Another appeal for LBW, but Ian says no. Another one difficult to hit. They would struggle to get a hold of that one. Almost digging it out of the pitch there. It seems like Venter is bowling a pretty tight line at the moment. And it looks like it's Franco is coming back to bowl. He had a brilliant over with the previous attempt. Will he be able to take another 1 or 2 wickets? He already has 2. Can he add some to his tally? And we can see the shadows turning longer and longer now as the sunlight is running out, or the daylight is running out. And we can already see or feel the temperature dropping. The wind quieted down. Barely any wind now at the moment. And yeah, being now in these long shadows, we are starting to feel the temperature now turning pretty cool. We will be returning back to the minus temperatures tonight. Oh, and that one is being cut right to that is going to be a 4. Peter Beekman cutting that ball to right past square leg. Let's see how Beekman and Grimoire will build their partnership here. Both batting extremely well. Oh, actually very well batters. Um, Going right now, maybe it's maybe above the expectation, but it is only because Hardshot had a brilliant innings, and that is going to be a 4 at the brilliant innings in the first half of this match. Looks like Venter is turning a little bit cold there as he's clutching his arms. And we are approaching the 10th over. Which will mean they will be changing sides then. Only one ball left until they change. Now bowling from the 10th end, then they will be bowling from the varsity end. Another big shot that is in the air. Will it be caught? Well caught. It is a shame we didn't turn the camera to. Well caught. Anke doing his job. Now Crusaders standing on 70 runs for the last of 4 wickets. The fourth one just fell right now when Anku took a catcher. And that was a wicket of Ivan. Coming up now is Jason Scannell, building a partnership with David Grimoire. How long will it last? Obviously, they're chasing a massive score at the moment. 192 or 194. Yeah, 194 they're chasing. So now they have to score 125 runs from 50 balls. That is not going to be easy. But I feel like they have to lift their run rate, maybe score at least 11 or 12 runs from each over. And we can now quickly see the shadows getting longer and longer and longer as this day is quickly coming to an end. And that's a shot played. That's going to be a brilliant for Nobody's going to stop that. One of the spectators here stopping the ball. Otherwise, one of the fielders would have gone and picked it up there in the library parking lot. And as the shadows creep in, we feel the temperature dropping every minute colder. And there's a big appeal, but it doesn't seem like umpire Ian is at all interested in that appeal. Another hard shot, and that's going to be a 4. Another ball ending up in the library parking lot. And now you see the fight of the Crusaders trying to defend their honor, chasing that ridiculous 194 runs, while chasing that score. They are losing wickets intermittently, and now they already have lost 4 wickets, only have 4 left. Now we'll see whether the Hotshots will try um, getting these wickets in the next few overs, or they allow the intermittent boundaries coming through. Not really allowing it, but it's just plugging on. Power bowling, and it will be that is going to be a 4. Looks like the Hotshots aren't too much interested in chasing after balls. Not unless the ball is coming straight to them. They're not making too much of an effort trying to stop them. And it's David Cremori batting extremely well at the moment. Hitting those balls left, right, and center. Seems like he's found his eye on the ball, and he's not going to be bowled out easily now anymore. Oh, that's up in the air. Is it going to be caught? Caught by the wicket keeper. Is it out? There you go. Took umpire Ian a second to just rethink his thoughts, and at the last moment he gave him out. Coming into bat now is Wayne Pienaar, and we see the Crusaders wickets now falling quickly. And this time it was Arno bowling between Arno and Franco, who's taking all the wickets now. But that was a catch, quite an easy one by the wicketkeeper. You'll see that the picture on your screen is getting darker and darker as the shadows gets longer and longer. It is a day running out. It is not us feeling romantic. Only 8 overs remaining in this match. Playing in the for the plate cup or the plate. Uh, that is why the wicketkeeper asked the fielder to roll the ball to him and not throw it, because the sun is setting and it's right behind the trees and it's in his eyes, because the sun is pretty low now, so it's not in the air. It's funny that the fielders on the boundaries don't do too much effort to stop that ball. It's probably the fatigue setting in now and the sun setting. Yeah, might be taking a toll on their energy. It's been a long day. These guys have been playing since 9 o'clock this morning. It is now nearly 5. It is 5 o'clock. So if you take it in terms of full day's work, they've been playing 8 hours. Not in the single match, but this is the third match. And this one is stopped. Again, it is a wicketkeeper asking for Beerkman to roll the ball to him. And it's Swichtlaar bowling, finishing up his over. It's the last ball. Then there will only be 7 overs remaining in this match. Oh, and he takes the wicket. Centre pin. Andries Regelaar. Well done. Hitting another wicket fall. That was now coming in is Willie Brink. And the Crusaders stand on 98 for the last of 6 wickets. They only got 2 wickets left. Now it seems like it's a matter of either surviving until the 20th over, because the last two scoring 97 runs from 55 balls or 35 balls. I wouldn't say it's impossible, but that is a pretty tough ask from anybody. Only 35 balls remaining in this match. It's Bauer. Arnhem just taking another wicket, and David Grimori is the last man standing. And I apologize for they looking at the birds. Didn't see that wicket falling. But now we're going to see what the character is of David Grimori. Still standing, asked to score 96 runs from 32 balls. And that is going to be a 4 runs. A little bit of relief for David. Not having to chase back for the second run. And that ball is being picked up once again in the library parking lot. Hallo. Jou pad.
Ja, sien jou môre.
Ja.
Jy kan weer ons game livestream. Ons sal seker finals speel teen ons shots.
Ja, ek sal kyk hoe werk die dinge vanaand uit.
Ja, of hulle sal dit seker vanaand opsit.
Yes.
Dis reg. Maar baie dankie waardeer.
Presies. Goeiemôre. Just confirmation there from Benny Libber from Toxic. They're expecting to play hot shots tomorrow in the final. So far it looks like that is going to be the case. Unless David is getting some gummy berry juice and hitting the ball for sixes with every ball coming his way. Remembering that he is the last man standing, so he has to run 2 runs to get back into his crease. But all in all, we have to thank for the sponsors for sponsoring this live stream. Sponsors is CPI. They are sponsoring the hot shots as well as the Crusaders. That is why you will see the CPI in front of the name. But additionally, the Crusaders also has the sponsor of Good Burger. All sponsors are welcome. There are still a few teams left without sponsors, and you are getting a lot of exposure for your brand. If you are sponsoring one of these teams, for them sponsorships are always welcome. Mostly it goes for live streaming, a kit, and just playing on the field, because currently the players are paying to play here, and that is due to the university asking money for their facilities. They're doing an excellent job keeping up the lawn here, the pitches. They're using their expertise to uphold it. And they are pretty finicky about it, and it's understandably why. So it's always reasonable to expect their wishes. But now it's Rigelaar attacking Grimore, and Grimore not taking a chance running for that one. As mentioned earlier, remember He has to run to the other side of the pitch and back to be safe. Not just a single run, he must run 2 runs. "25 balls remaining in this match. If all else fails, we can only hope that David uh, get 15 more runs and at least declare with 50. He will be the last man standing. He will be continuing batting after he scored his 50. But some consolation for some brilliant work that he's done up to now. This time is Henry Venter. Oh, that's up in the air. It's high up in there. Is he going to be caught? There's not a fielder on it. It's dropped to the floor. It's going to... Looks like it's 4. That is a 4. David surviving another boundary. That ball didn't bounce much. Kept low. That's probably why David missed it. Such an inconsistent bounce in this on these mats. Difficult to read for the batsmen as well as the bowlers. They struggle to um, project the ball in the right direction and allow the ball to do what, yeah, expecting it to do what they want it to do. And it's David still surviving on his own. Ball is up in the air, but there's no player around, and that's going to be a no, it is a 6. David now doing everything he can just to survive to the end, and he is scoring boundaries on his own. Now standing on 45, it looks a lot more possible that he will be reaching his 50 and continue to bowling or continue be batting until he's out or until the overs are done with. Yes, he loses his wicket. Yes, he loses his wicket. Only if it's only a consolation for being the best batsman. He will also be in contention for player of the match. But many of the hotshots also scored 50s today. So just on point scale, he might lose out there. He's not really a bowler. That was an over for Venter, only 4 overs remaining. Required 80 runs from 20 balls. That means a 4 from every ball that is bowled. Even if it's a wide or a no ball, it has to be a 4 runs. And predicting whether the bowler will be able to bowl correctly is almost just as impossible. And that is a possible 6. That is a beautiful 6 by David. Now doing everything he can to help his team over the threshold. And that is exactly what he needs to do. Will he be able to get in touching distance of that 194? His battle has just started. But at the end of the day, he already has a 50. He's gaining my respect with every ball he survives now. And that's another odd hit. That is going to be a 4. You can see the hot shots. They are tired. And it might be overconfident that they might be winning this match if David scores that 70 runs now from 18 balls. They will kick themselves. I can assure you that they thought that they will be safe with such a high score. They discounted David's ability to score 6s and 4s. He's got his eye in now, standing on 55, the last man standing. Will he be able to do it? Seems like he can, but not by doing that. But he's retaining his pride. Did a brilliant job for his team. I couldn't have asked anything more from him. He's still standing. And that's a big shot. It's up in the air. There's 2 people under it. It's not going to be caught. And David survives another delivery. You don't even see any more shadows on the ground. The sun is setting. Another attempt for A4. That could be A4. No. David isn't even running. He's going to try and survive the last few deliveries. He already gained the respect of all the spectators around the field. He's done what's been expected of him. And he's exceeding our expectations. Even the wicketkeeper now congratulating him for a brilliant job. And he's waiting patiently for the Hotshot to bring the ball and just bowl it to him so that he can finish this game. "68 runs from 15 balls. And then he's being bowled like that. Going to make it difficult because he already had to score a 4 from each delivery. And now that chances is going down the drain. But he will be retaining his respect. In fact, actually, I think he gained more respect today. Will gain even more if he still remains. Oh, that ball is high up in there. There's nobody going to catch it. It's falling in no man's land. He's in a place where he can easily run his 2 runs. Now Scrimora still standing. Hotshot just can't give him. That looks like a 6. Yes, that's a beautiful 6 once again by Cremore. Nobody's going to stop it. Now he just has to wait for the Hotshots to go and collect the ball once again from somewhere on the outfield across the road. He's taking a leisurely approach to the ending of this match. Hitting the ball for 6s and 4s. He doesn't have to run the runs. He'll do it if he has to, but up to now, almost every delivery ends up in a boundary. Another 10 for 6 is high up in there. There's a fielder underneath it. He's going to go. No, that is 4 runs. The fielder was unable to keep hold of the ball, hold on to the ball, and he dropped it over the rope for a 4. Haven't seen such a fight ever before in cricket. Last man standing, and he's making it look easy. It's all David now. He didn't get the hold of that ball, but it looks like that is going to be a 4. Yes. David survives every ball, and there's only 10 balls in this match remaining. Will he be able to score 51? It is possible, but it's no more 4 runs per ball. It is now most of them 6s. He can do it, and then also taking into account that the last ball of the over of the innings, if that's hit for a 6, that means 12 runs. It's also called a home run. Something he will definitely be looking for. Making it all the more possible. And that will be 4 runs. No, it was stopped just in front of the boundary. That is not 4 runs. But it doesn't matter because David still survives another delivery. Oh, looks like that ball just found his ankle. But it seems to be okay. Standing on 74 runs now. Probably one of the highest scores here in LMA's Free State Champs this year. That will need to be confirmed a little bit later on. But from my personal experience, I haven't seen that here in this tournament yet. Not from my perspective. Maybe at one of the other matches, which I didn't cover. But that's only personal experience. Ball bounces just over the wickets. It doesn't matter. David still retains his respect. Last ball for Dylan Francis in this game. And that is it going to be caught? No, that is going to be 4 runs. Once again, the fielder wasn't able to hold on to the ball, and he just helped it along over the rope. David surviving now on 74 runs from 48 balls. Yes, he might have batted slow in the first half of the match, of the innings, but he's surviving. They can't get him out. And that is a possible 6. That's a definite 6. That's in the parking lot of the Free State University Library. David is now making it look ridiculously easy. And it is Janko who was punished for that bowling. But it's nothing against him. It's just David is on fire now. He cannot score 45 runs from 4 balls. but it doesn't matter. He's giving the hot shots a run for their money. Just didn't get a hold of that one. Doesn't matter, he's still safe. He's still surviving. Can he still survive? 3 more balls. Well, he survived another one. Wasn't able to hit it for a 6, but he survived another delivery. Only 2 deliveries left in this match. Will David survive it? Don't think anybody thought that would have been possible. And he loves showing them wrong. He's not going to run 2 runs from that. He's not going to risk it. I don't think he needs to. He has proved his point. One of the best batsmen here in Bloemfontein. Now standing on 80 runs. And that was the last ball. He's not hitting it for a 6. He's not going to bother running it. There will be no consequences, but David survived. Last man standing. Finished with 80 runs. Yeah, the CPI Crusaders didn't win, but well done for David Kremori, putting up a massive display of brilliant batsmanship. That will be us from Last Man Standing Bloemfontein, and that is where we call it a night. And we'll see you back again tomorrow morning here for the finals of Last Man Standing, the Free State Champs for 2023. Have a great evening, and yeah, be safe.